Hey there, Alice with everydayshortcuts.com. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to make something a little bit different. I've made cocoa bombs, I've made boozy bombs, I've made coffee bombs, but what about apple cider bombs? Sounds delicious, right? So I got the inspiration because I found these spiced apple cider instant drink mixes, and they come like this. And so I thought, why not make it into an apple cider bomb? But there's going to be a little twist. We're going to use salted caramel candy melts. So it's going to be like an apple or a caramel apple cider bomb. And so what I'm going to use is the salted caramel candy melts. I'm going to use the apple cider drink mix. I think I might use some ground cinnamon inside and sprinkle. I'm not quite sure yet, but that does sound good. And I'm going to use the extra large silicone molds. These are easy to get the chocolate melts out of the molds. They're very flexible, and that is the extra large size. And then if you want to really get fancy, you could even garnish your glass with some caramel dip. You can just kind of spread it around the top of that, and then you can crush up some peanuts and sprinkle it around the caramel before it dries. So it will be kind of like a caramel apple. So let's go ahead and get started in making these. Okay, you want to melt the chocolate in the microwave in 30-second increments and stirring in between until creamy and smooth. I'm using about half of the bag, which it is a 8-ounce bag, so I'm going to start with half and see how that goes, and then I can always add more if I need to. I'm going to tell you, this smells so good. I just know these are going to be good. Let's go. Okay, as you can see, the consistency is creamy and it's smooth, and then we're just gonna place them inside the silicone molds and get that started. So once you add the candy melts, the melted candy melts to the mold, you just kind of want to use the back of the spoon and push it up to the sides, and you want to make sure that it's thick enough so it doesn't break when you pop it out, and then leave it hollow in the middle. Okay, once you get everything put into the mold and it looks good enough, you can stick it in the fridge or freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes or until hardened, and then take it out and pop the chocolate molds out. Now here's a little tip. If you feel like the sides are not thick enough, you can always add another layer of chocolate, and by doing so, you want to first harden the layer for a few minutes in the fridge or freezer, and then add some more melted chocolate to kind of build the wall again, and then place it in the freezer again and allow it to harden. So when you take them out of the candy mold, you'll notice that they'll have some like jagged edges on here. So what you want to do is just heat up a small plate in the microwave for about 45 seconds and just kind of twist it a little bit back and forth until you can smooth out the edges. Now that we've got all the edges smoothed out, it's time to add the apple cider. So we're going to go ahead and take a packet for 1/2 of the cocoa bomb, and then you're going to leave the other half empty. So you're just going to pour that in there. And then do the same with the other. And then we're going to connect the two by heating up a hot plate for about 45 seconds and just warming it up, and then connecting the two and letting it seal together. Okay, now they are all sealed and it's time to decorate. So there's different options that you can do on how you want to decorate. You can drizzle a little bit of melted chocolate all over top. You want to sprinkle some cinnamon on top of that before it melts, you can do that. I also was thinking, like, I found these caramel bits that you could also melt maybe and just put a little bit on top, and then even maybe like the peanuts, like the crushed peanuts, if you want to do that for a more caramel apple type. There's just different options that you can do, and you can just choose whatever you think that you would like. I think I'm probably just going to drizzle some melted chocolate over top and see how that goes. I just wanted to warn you that if you do decide to use small pieces like peanuts and such, that it could be a choking hazard to smaller children. So just be aware of that when you are decorating it and who you are giving it to. So to decorate the apple cider bombs, I'm going to use a Ziploc bag, just a sandwich bag. I'm going to put the melted chocolate in there and then snip off the end and just kind of drizzle the melted chocolate over top of it. I laid a piece of parchment paper down. That way it kind of gets a little messy. That way it's just easy to throw away. It makes it easy clean up. If you can also use a disposable piping bag. I just find that these are easier, they do the same thing, and then you can just throw it away when you're done. Okay, they're all decorated, and I'm just going to allow them to harden before consuming. So here is the finished look of the apple cider bombs. I decided not to add the cinnamon inside of it. But I may sprinkle some on top. It's optional, up to you if you want to add a little bit more spice, but there's probably enough of the spice flavor inside the packet. And I garnished the mug with some caramel dip and peanuts, but please be aware of anybody who may be drinking this and any kind of allergies they possibly may have. So now is the test that we are going to drop it into our mug and add some hot water and taste it out.